Okay, hey everybody, I'm still Robin from Western Mass, and Richard is here, and
we'll do the question and answer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you need to do the medical disclaimer, though.
Yes, thank you for reminding me. The AMA and FDA require me to inform everybody that none of us, Robin, me, Sandra, Barbara, Ethel, Chris, are medical doctors, and before you start the King Diet, or before you accept any of our recommendations, that you're to discuss them thoroughly with your doctor to make sure they do not interfere with any health problems you're presently experiencing. The AMA also says that we are not here, they require us to tell you that we are not here to diagnose, treat, or cure, or mitigate any disease, and that what our main purpose is to educate you. That's what we can do. We can educate you how to get these organisms out of your environment, get the organisms out of your skin, clean them out, get the organisms out of your body, and advise you as to the supplements that are beneficial in building health and immune functioning and cleaning organisms out of your body, such as fungal organisms. That's what we're allowed to do. And that the FDA has not evaluated anything that we tell you or say to you, because we don't have millions of dollars to pay them to evaluate it. Thank you. Okay, so if anybody would like to ask a question, please text it to Robin or to Chris, and Chris will open up your line and have you speak live.
Hi, this is Deanna. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi. Yeah, I had a couple questions about the diet first. So there's absolutely no fruit other than lemons or limes?
Right.
Fruit is like my
stage
one in
one.
the morning. Okay.
Sometimes after you're on stage 1 for a while, you can add in grapefruit in small quantities. And in stage 2, you can have bananas and green apples.
I was like on this call drinking my fruit smoothie, and I was reading, and I thought, gosh. Okay, so and then also it says no vinegar, correct?
Right.
In your diet, but it does say to take a vinegar bath or put vinegar in your bath. So on the skin, we can use vinegar, just not.
That's correct. You can use apple cider vinegar on the skin. It's great to deal with fungal issues on the skin.
Yeah, because that's one of the things I really treat myself with, and I already have been taking baths with. I was taking it with white vinegar.
White vinegar is fine. Apple cider vinegar seems to have more benefits when it comes to dealing with fungal issues than white vinegar does.
Yeah, I do that on my face, and then also taking a shot of apple cider vinegar. That's recommended or no?
No, not if you're dealing with columbella. If you only are dealing with Morgellons, apple cider vinegar is fine. But unfortunately, it seems that recently, I'd say out of the last 100 questionnaires that I've evaluated, probably 95% are dealing with both columbella and Morgellons. It used to be, a couple of years ago, like 50-50. Then it went to about 80% Morgellons and 20%, but today, seems like 95% have both.
Both, really? Okay.
Yeah.
And I just discovered that I have Morgellons. I just found it on the internet because I've been through the same struggle that everyone else has been through, I'm sure, going to doctors. I had hair down to my waist. I have no hair. I'm basically going bald. I have to wear a wig. So I'm wondering what if you guys had any advice or suggestions on how I can go and get diagnosed at the doctor's office with this, or how do I go about doing that?
There is no medical diagnosis. There is no medical diagnosis that's recognized by the AMA or the CDC for Morgellons disease. The only diagnosis that you can get is a psychological one, which would mean that you should be seeing a psychiatrist or psychologist. Delusions of parasitosis is typically what you would get.
Right. Yeah, I did read that. And then So there's no reason to go to the doctors then. Is basically, I guess, maybe.
Well, I can never say there's no reason to go to the doctor because, you know, I wouldn't say that. But
to try to, yeah.
Not for Morgellons. There are certain medications that are listed in Chapter 6 that you can ask your doctor to help with that will reduce dopamine uptake in the brain, which is beneficial so that the diet will be easier for it to kick in.
Okay.
And there's creams and lotions that are prescriptions that help with lesions and the bites that people often get.
But don't go to the doctor expecting that he would know how to treat you for Morgellons or would even touch you for Morgellons.
Right.
Even the doctors that are associated with the Morgellons Foundation who work with Morgellons patients don't diagnose them as Morgellons, but instead Lyme disease.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I even looked up for like a doctor that had been to whatever the disease, infectious disease training or whatever, so I found one in the town next to me, and but I don't think I'm even going to bother with that, so.
I think it's a waste of time to go to infectious disease specialists. I went to 3.
Yeah, even the people that I've talked to about what I found, you know, that I figured out what I have, and they also think I'm crazy.
Well, rule of thumb, and we've all gone through this, myself included, never ever take a sample from skin scrapings or a slide to your doctor for him to look at. He will be immediately diagnosed as having delusions.
Yes, I never took it to a doctor. Actually, I don't think I collected them a few times, you know, but I never actually showed anybody, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, and avoid using, do not use the word Morgellons. Again, if they bring it up, that's fine, but do not use the word Morgellons. Let them figure out what's going on.
Gotcha. Okay.
Also, you know, you can use lemon juice instead of vinegar and make your own salad dressing.
Yeah, so I used to do that when I was eating really healthy, so that's, I'm going to have to integrate that back into my...
Yeah, regarding salads, I used to love to have them with red pepper flakes and oregano and salt and pepper and different thyme or any herbs from the kitchen. Really made it tasty.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely be eating a lot of salads. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you. Appreciate
Thank you.
Yeah. I have a question from Kim in New York. She's been working up an exercise program since last January. She could only walk a mile when she started, and she'd get like palpitations, but she's up to a 4-mile walk.
Wow.
Now she can run 1 mile plus walk 3 miles, and now she's up to a 4-mile jog. So she feels like when she does it and she starts sweating, the Morgellons are more active, but then she feels much better the next day and keeps improving. She wondered about your thoughts on that. I know that when I had Lyme disease, anytime I could do something aerobic, it was like torture, but then the next day I would feel better, because I think that when you do something aerobic, it kills the organisms. And I think that they get stirred up when they're dying, but then they do, I think that's the effect of aerobics on our body. That's just my theory. But
well, I would first of all ask if there's, number one is what stage of the diet she's in, how she's doing. And as far as them becoming more active after exercise, I don't recall that happening myself when I was going through that issue. I don't really have a comment.
Yeah, but I experienced it, so I think the exercise is great, and the more you can do it, the better off you are. as long as you're not depleting your glutathione.
Well, I agree with exactly what you said. The more exercise, the better, and keep it up. And she's moving in the right direction. That's obvious that's obvious.
Yes. I also have a question from Andrea about the dopamine. We know that you're working on an herbal supplement to reduce dopamine, and do you have a date when that's going to be available in the parasite store?
We are waiting for the capsules to be delivered maybe Monday or Tuesday. We get pictures and get them up, so hopefully by Wednesday we'll have something available.
That's exciting.
Yes, there's some background noise. If please mute your phone, *6, everybody, unless you would like to talk or share, *6. For those of you who are not familiar with what Andrea is asking about, is that there are about 10 medications listed in Chapter 6 that are like Orap, which is Primazide, Zyprexa, what is it, Abilify.
Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah, they're...
One begins with a Q.
Yeah, well, the reason they are there is that they're usually prescribed by psychiatrists, and in fact, the Primazide is recommended in the Family Practice Notebook for anybody suffering from delusions of parasitosis to be given Primazide, which would give most people the indication that these are antipsychotics and you're being treated for a mental problem, which is untrue. Untrue. It turns out that these medications reduce dopamine uptake in the brain. And the doctors are not familiar with this or even know about the research, which was recently done within the last 3 or 4 months that's reported in the blog. So these medications, if you research them and research the connection with dopamine, they will indicate that they reduce dopamine uptake in the brain. Now, what's happening here with these parasites is that they also have a way of making your body create more dopamine than is normally needed. And so your body is being flooded. Our bodies are being flooded. Our brain's being flooded with dopamine, and we're uptaking too much of it, which in turn feeds them. So they have a cycle going on here. It's this cycle that they have. And so these medications disrupt their cycle. It reduces the dopamine the uptake of dopamine in the brain. And about maybe a year ago or less, one of the new people, and in many of our introductions, Robin shares that each of you are our research team, and we learn from you. And somebody who had joined the program said, well, why don't you use herbs? There are herbs that reduce dopamine uptake in the brain. And a little light bulb went off. Yeah, why not? Why haven't we looked at these herbs, So one of our coaches, Barbara, our buddy coach, is also an herbalist. And it has befallen on her to research it, and she's come up with an herbal formula to reduce dopamine. She's been using it. She loves it. And she's created we have about 600 capsules coming, a limited supply, but we're gearing up for more. So we hope to have this in by maybe Monday or Tuesday, and hopefully be able to have it in the store by hopefully Wednesday.
And what's it called?
Nature's Gift Parasite Stop.
Nice. Nice.
Any other questions?
I don't have any other texts right now.
Anyone else like to speak? Open up your line.
I have something to say.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Who's this?
I just wanted to share just where I'm at. Lyme, Connecticut. I'm on my way to Florida, and I'm listening to you guys because I just left Martha's Vineyard. And as I'm listening to you, I see the sign that says Lyme, so I don't know. I had to get off of the exit. It's just bizarre. But anyways, I'm just on a healing journey, and it's working. I got out of my environment, and it made a huge difference in just 2 days. So that's all I have to share.
Thank you for sharing.
I got to get out of here.
We wish you well on your healing journey. And yes, environment cleaning is one of the most important things to do. Thank you. Anyone else like to share or ask a question?
Hi, Richard and Robin. This is Ethel.
Hi,
no
Ethel.
One has asked, hi. No one has asked, but usually this is a concern for many people on how to help with their scalp. So may I share that protocol now?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You see, bathing takes care of your feet, your toes, your legs, your butt, your backside, your tummy, your chest, all the way up to your ears. But it doesn't cover the scalp, because if you get your scalp too wet, the water will drip down your forehead into your eyes, and bigger problem. So the scalp, the goal is to bathe your scalp, but you can't do it in the bathtub. So Ethel's going to tell you how to do it.
And I'm glad you mentioned about dripping down into your eyes. So the first thing that you should do, and Robin was the one who reminded me of this, is please put a layer of Vaseline around the edge of your hairline. And that will make a barrier to keep the parasites there and even stem maybe the flow of the products you're going to put on. So mix in the palm of your hand some Nature's Gift shampoo, regular or foaming, some Super MSM gel, some Claudia's Dream Cream, and a few drops of peppermint, clove, or which are, well, they really, the mice really dislike the clove. Mix everything together, and all these things you can get, in the store. You massage this into your hair, down, like really massage it into your scalp. Put on a shower cap, keep it on overnight. You don't want it to dry out. The next morning, wash and clean your hair. Repeat this as often as you possibly can throughout the day, but at least 2 times. But do it as often as you can. This is not something that's going to resolve immediately, so you're going to persist. Just keep doing it until you are feeling a decrease in the activity, and then just do it periodically as a preventive to keep them from coming back. And if you're going to go in public and you want to still keep your hair moist, you can have on like a swimmer's cap, and on top of that put on some really nice cancer cap. There's some really cute ones with little flowers or all kinds of little nice headdress now. And we don't look so out of place with the headdress and the mask with the COVID going on. So that would be your protocol for your scalp. And while I have the line open, earlier during the introduction I mentioned that I didn't have a winner for the doodle contest, but I had a late entry. And so Deanna is the winner, and she named the doodle the eye through time. I need to look at it again, but she's the evolution of the eyes through time. So she's the winner of this week's doodle. Thanks.
Fantastic. Okay, we love to have a winner. She gets a $10 credit in the online store. And
I have a question for Ethel.
Yes.
Ethel, when you make your hair stuff, have you ever mixed it in a container so you have more and you don't have to mix it on the spot every day?
If I did that, like I'm always keeping some old containers, but I have like a nice plastic one. I use the plastic rather than anything that's metal. And
right.
but I have not mixed up a bunch of it. I just generally do it as as need thing, Jeff. But I'm sure it wouldn't.
Well, if you
shouldn't lose
do
its potency.
No, I don't think it would, but I would be interested in the ratios because it would be a little bit different. So if you ever do that, let us know.
I will. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
I have another question. Richard, Robin, with the COVID vaccine, we've been wondering if that, this is just, maybe it's just a thought, I know we're not physicians here, but has anyone had the experience that it's helped with the parasite condition or maybe made them more active? I'm just wondering because I'm a little hesitant to take the vaccine considering, you know, the other things that are happening.
I personally don't know of anyone who has gotten the vaccine at this point. It's kind of limited to first responders.
Oh, they're opening it up now. I know people who have got. I know for myself, I have gotten flu shots every year, and other vaccines, and no vaccines I've ever taken have affected the parasites or organisms in any way.
Negatively. Okay.
Neither, it's a separate universe. So I would not worry about that. And if you are able to get the vaccine and it opens up, I'd say go for it. And I know people who, like my sister is a healthcare worker, and the first vaccine she was a little bit sore, and then the second one she just got, no reaction at all. So, you know, unless you have had a anaphylactic or very severe reaction to antibiotics or other things like bee stings, definitely get the vaccine. That's my opinion, yeah.
Well, let's retrace back to the scalp. What about pillows, Ethel? What do we do with pillows?
Oh, absolutely. You need to treat your pillow each day just as you do with your bedding. Make sure that you're washing and disinfecting your bedding and your pillow each day. A suggestion is to get like the cases that you can zip your pillows into. That will have a barrier.
My experience with mites, I'm sorry to interrupt, Ethel, but
it's okay.
A bed bug zippered cover for pillows these are smaller than bed bugs, so they don't really protect. It needs to be a heavy vinyl zippered cover. If you get that for your pillows, it's much easier. You can actually use pillows instead of throwing them out. So I highly recommend that. Okay, Mary Fran, you're...
Hi, Mary.
I wanted to say hi to everybody, and I wanted to offer some words of encouragement to anybody out there who's just listening to the call and feeling downtrodden. Do not feel downtrodden. I have been a walking terrarium. I didn't even know what I have, but little by little, I am getting better. And I want them to know that it's a long process, and every month you have a resurgence of something and something else dying, and it's a battle, but you will win, and you will be, as they say, victorious. You won't be a victim. You will be a victor. And I just want people to feel okay because it's winter. Well, I don't know where they are, but it's winter here. It's dark here. It's cold here. There's COVID. And then you have this affliction. And we all have different afflictions. But I wanted to be the one to say, when you feel downtrodden, I'm out here and I'm rooting for you. And we're rooting for each other. And I wanted to thank Richard and Robin and Ethel and Barbara and tell everyone you're on the right call. You're at the right place for help.
Thank you, Mary Fran. We appreciate that very much, and I also appreciate you being an ambassador to your friends on Facebook and letting them know that there is hope out there.
Yeah, you're helping a lot
Hi,
of people.
Hi, this is Oksana.
Hello,
okay.
Oksana?
Yeah, hi, Oksana from Sacramento. Richard, I have a question. How did you get rid of the whatever it is on the neck? This is what I'm having issues with because taking a bath, I think it's just the water is like right there. I guess this is why the neck part is kind of hard to get rid of stuff or something, or.
Well, I don't know. How far down do you go in the water? You can go all the way down to your chin, almost up to your ears. Almost up to your ears.
the count has been.
Yeah, but I'm having issues with getting rid of them in the neck area, and
that's where they're focused. Have you been using any of the skin creams or lotions around your neck?
Yeah, I'm using Claudia's Dream Cream after I take a bath with the soap.
How often do you use it?
Well, I don't get to take baths 3 times a day, but.
But how often do you use Claudia's Dream Cream on your neck?
Every time after I take a shower, which is every day.
So like once or twice a day?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I want you to get aggressive. I want you to use whatever you're using, maybe every 15 or 20 minutes for starters. Go to every half hour then. Be very aggressive. Use it very frequently.
Before you use the Claudia's Dream Cream, you could make a spray out of the Nature's Gift of Riding Soap, or you could use Richard's Clean 'em Up Zymes or any kind of enzyme cleaner and make a spray and spray the area that's bothering you, your neck, or use Richard's mouthwash body wipes, wipe it down, and then apply the, I mean, even if you just did the body wipes and wiped it down every 15 minutes, and then maybe every half hour or hour apply the Dream Cream, it would make a huge difference. And you can also make your own creams. You know, you can get coconut oil and neem oil and add clove and peppermint and tea tree and those oils, you know, will also help as well. So.
That's a good point, Robin. We're talking about referencing the products that we have in our store. This call is not about us selling these products. We have them available. You don't have to buy anything from us to get your life back. The information we share with you is free. The ebook is free. The diet is free. This call is free. You can email me questions. That's free. The coaching is free. You can find other products elsewhere. It just turns out that the products that we have been tremendously successful and are, you know, easy to get and all in one place. Now, if you want to take it to a high level dealing with your neck, I would say use our exfoliant cream. Wet your throat or wet the neck area with the body wipe or the mouthwash. Apply the cream, rub the cream in, massage it in, then apply more of the body wipe or the it will get white again after you apply more, or you can just apply water and massage it in again. Keep applying the water and massaging it until you see no whiteness. Then you'll know everything is massaged deep into your skin. And do that very frequently. And within days, you should begin seeing a difference.
Okay. Also, well, I went to the doctors and then I told them I asked them for the Orap, the prescription for, and I said that it's supposed to help with dopamine lowering. And so he looked it up and he says, oh, no, it's so bad, I don't want you to take it, So he didn't prescribe to me that.
Well, yes. In the book, it suggests that you print out the family practice notebook. That's the last portion of chapter 6. Every doctor has that in his office. You underline the sections there. The family practice notebook instructs him to prescribe that for you for anyone dealing with what he feels is delusions of parasites. That's the instructions. Now, as far as him knowing that it's going to reduce dopamine, as far as him knowing that reduction of dopamine is going to make a difference in parasites, as far as him agreeing with you having parasites, I doubt that he agrees with any of that or knows about any of that.
And the other thing you can say when they say, oh, this is a very powerful drug and it can have really bad side effects, which is true. First of all, you're going to be on a very low dose. it's a low dose that is recommended. And second of all, you're only going to be on it for 4 or 5 months. It's not a forever thing.
But again, he doesn't know any of this.
Well, I mean, but you can.
Yeah.
You can say, I don't plan on being on this forever, and I want a low dose of it, and I will monitor it carefully. You know.
Okay. Okay, what else? I was gonna ask if I started experiencing the numbness like on my body, like from my knee on one leg all the way to the foot area, like just all the way around my whole, from the knee to the foot, like it's numb, like you would sit on a leg for like a while, you know, that kind of feeling, and some area like on my back, from nowhere, I just would feel that it's like I feel a little bit of sensation, but not completely. So I was wondering what
is that like the pins and needles that you feel? Or like your leg is asleep?
Yeah, kind of like that, something like that, I would say.
I'd have to research that. To my knowledge, it has nothing to do with parasites or skin parasites.
Was it the Lyme disease, possibly?
I don't know. You'd have to research and see if it is a symptom of Lyme disease. Have you been diagnosed with Lyme disease?
I did the test, and it showed negative, but I also researched and it says that it's hard to find. But I also had this round thing, like the circle thing, the bullseye, like a long time ago, and I forgot about it, tell the doctor about that, but he did give me the test to do, and I did, and it said negative, so...
Yeah, but they're not accurate. The tests are inaccurate, and they have 5 bands that you have to get, and you could have Lyme disease and only have 4 of the bands and be really sick, but the test will say negative.
Well, the question I have to you is, are you on the basic nutritional Columbula pack, a.k.a. Lyme pack? That would be the multiple vitamin, the minerals, the glutathione, and the garcillin?
Yes, I'm taking that, the glutathione and the garcillin and the citizen, whatever.
Yes. How long have you been taking it?
I would say a couple of months already, probably. Maybe a little more already, maybe 3 months.
Okay. Well, and you are strict with the diet. Well, again, don't know exactly what's contributing to the numbness. Are you doing any exercise?
Yeah, exercise, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What kind of exercise do you do?
Well, I either run outside or a little like a bicycle thing in the house I have.
I mean, it could be a pinched nerve. We don't know. You know, that would be something to talk to your doctor about.
Yeah, it's beyond our scope.
I get that too.
I have a question from Deanna. She has a bad infestation in her eyes. It's been for a few months, and she has no eyebrows. Her eyelashes are going. Her eyeballs and her eyelids are full of, you know, the organisms, and also in her ears. And what can she do to help that? Can I start and then
go girl, go.
So generally they're coming from your hair, first of all. So do Ethel's protocol for your hair, because that's how they're getting into your eyes and your ears, especially at night. You want to make sure your head, that you have that stuff on your hair and your head is covered. For your ears, you can put drops of Nature's Gift debriding soap right in your ears with a Q-tip. You can use tiny drops of hydrogen peroxide in your ears, and you could also use colloidal silver in your ears. For your eyes, what worked for me, because my eyes were terrible, I was I mean, if you call an eye doctor and say you have an eye infection, if they're willing to, they will call in an eye antibiotic, and that will help, but it won't cure it forever. They'll come right back. And the first thing you want to do, just like you put Vaseline around the edge of your hair, you want to put it around your eyes, because whatever you put in your eyes is going to push them out into your face. So you want to put Vaseline around your eyes, and then get a little eye wash glass and colloidal silver. You can get that at Richard's store or anywhere online. I used 100% colloidal silver, and I rinsed my eyes every 15 minutes for 3 days, and they got better. That was pretty fast, I think, because they were terrible. I mean, I had blood vessels breaking in my eyes. I had all kinds of horrible stuff going on. So you want to also use the Vaseline on the eyebrow area, even if there aren't eyebrows there anymore. And you can also use a diluted Nature's Gift as a wipe to wipe your eyelashes and eyelids. But the colloidal silver eye wash was really effective. And then you know, as you get better, you do it less often. Maybe you'll only end up doing it once or twice a day as maintenance while you're dealing with this. But that's what I would recommend. That's what worked for me. So.
Okay, thank you.
You can also use the eye wash cup with saline water and diluted Nature's Gift, and wash your eyes that way as well. If you go back in the blog post and search for eyes, you'll see where that is explained how to do it. If you email me, I'll be glad to look it up and send you the blog post about that. So in Chapter 6, there's probably 4 or 5 other things that you can do for the eyes as well.
Yes.
But again, being aggressive, like Robin said, do it frequently. Just don't do it once a day. Do it every 15, 20 minutes in the beginning. You go after these guys. You're in a fight for your life here. In this case, for your eyes.
Yeah, it's difficult because these things are time-consuming.
Yeah.
Well, the eye wash only takes seconds. The eye wash only, you literally seconds. And you just got to remember to keep doing it over and over and over.
Yeah, it's a good thing I'm not working right now. So I am supposed to be, but I just wonder how long it would take doing the aggressive treatment. About how long before before our time is kind of freed up to where we can actually go out and get other things done.
I guess it depends on how you. I mean, when I was at my worst, I was working full time as a musician, and I had gigs every day, and I never stopped working. So you know,
it's possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
The idea is before you go out in public, I always suggest that you definitely take a bath with a Nature's Gift and the disinfectant of your choice. Shower off. Apply the diluted body wipe to your skin. Any creams or lotions. Take whatever cream or lotion is your favorite with you, or the body wipe. And anytime you notice any discomfort, apply it.
I had a little one of those 5-inch pens. I had a Nature's Gift spray that I would keep in my purse and take with me everywhere. And if I had to run into a ladies' room and just spray my whole face and head and everything, I would do that.
Yeah, it comes a 10 milliliter spray pen comes with your first order of the Nature's Gift, and it's very easy to take with you.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I pretty much that's what I've been doing. Sorry, I have rituals too with what helps. So I guess it's kind of along the same lines, and you know, I just shower and treat myself really well with what I've been doing, which is just guessing. on what helps. But it's kind of the same, along the same lines. So, I guess I've managed so far.
Well, the goal is whatever you're doing in the bath, you want to be able to, after you get out of it, be basically symptom-free. If you're still itching and biting, whatever you're doing in the bath isn't working. So way back in the 90s, before I even knew about Nature's Gift, what worked for me was basically scalding water. I mean, as hot as I could possibly take it. I don't recommend that. You get dehydrated, you can faint, but that's what had worked for me.
I mean, I was doing when all this stuff first started happening to me. I was doing bleach. Like, it got bad. So and everyone just thought this chick is totally. My boyfriend just thought I was crazy. So yeah, I mean, I was like bleached. I did vinegar. Yeah. Anything that I thought would, anything kind of like harsh like that.
Well, the bottom line is whatever you tried or whatever you did back then didn't work unless you were on the diet. Right. So until you're on the diet and strict with the diet, expect nothing to work.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah, they keep coming back. That's for sure. I might alleviate the.
Well, and then there's the environment.
It seems that every time you try something new, it seems to work for a couple of days, but that's about it.
Yeah. Yep.
So that diet is important. Without it, nothing will work for more than a couple of days.
Yep. I'm just glad I discovered you guys. It's just a godsend for me. So.
We're glad to have you here. We're here to support you in getting your life back, and everyone else on the call, and everybody who watches it on YouTube. Anyone else like to share? Thank you. Anyone else like to share or ask questions?
Yes, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
This is Mary from Pennsylvania, and my body is totally enveloped with these things, and I've been suffering for 4 years, and I just don't know.
And you're new to the program?
Yes, I am, and I had ordered the Nature's Gift on the 13th, but it didn't get here yet.
Gosh, you'll have to send me an email, and I'll have Chris look into it and see where you should have gotten it. In Pennsylvania, it should be 1 or 2 days. Should have
do
had
you
a
have
long
the
time.
book? Do you have the book?
Did you read the book?
I even paid for it to be expedited. And it just says that your package has been delayed, but it will be on its way.
Oh, then it's been sent to you. It's out of our hands, unfortunately. It's the post office.
The book is a free download. You can email and get the book because you need to start the diet. I just want to say that when I found Richard, I had been struggling with this for pretty close to 4 years. And I have coached people who have had it for 10 and 15 years. And people get better. But you got to start the diet. The first thing is starting the diet.
And then the second thing is disinfecting. Reading chapter 3. So read chapter 4, number 1. If you don't have the ebook, I'll be glad to send it to you. Just send me an email, return any.
I have the book. I'm just not able to read. I can hardly see, and it's just, I don't know. I can't hardly write.
Okay.
What is a typical meal for you on the diet?
Well, let's start. Breakfast would be eggs and butter. Low sodium bacon, has to be low sodium bacon, so there's no sugar. Or you could have uncured ham. Can't be cured ham, it's got sugar.
You have to read labels.
So that would be breakfast. Lunch would be a salad, a leafy green salad, celery, radishes, onion, lettuces, garlic, flavor it with
lemon juice and sea salt and fresh garlic.
Red pepper flakes, oregano, thyme. You can flavor it with that as well. Dinner is rice as the carbohydrate. If you're dealing with candida, you want only brown rice. You can have chicken, beef, turkey, fish, white fish, not oily fish.
No oils except rice bran oil. No fruit. No sugar except for stevia that has nothing else in it. It has to say ingredients, stevia. Otherwise you can't eat it. No teas or coffees that have other things in it. They have to just be very plain. Loose leaf tea is better, and black coffee that you brew yourself is better. No dairy in stage 1.
There are we have about 6 teas in our store which are okay. The problem with store-bought teas or even in a tea house is they have additives. So you can only have teas that do not have added ingredients. So the teas we have are either organic or pretty close to that, and are leaf teas.
Right, and the same thing with flavored coffees. No
flavored coffee.
Bread or yeast or wheat or gluten. You can have spelt flour or spelt bread that has no sugar or gluten in it.
What's the question?
How about cheese?
Cheese, no cheese until you reach stage 2. No nuts, no walnuts or any kind of nuts until you reach stage 2, and then that's only walnuts or macadamias or Brazil nuts.
And so in terms of vegetables, you can also have red and green cabbage, celery, cucumbers, broccoli, cauliflower, zucchini. I don't know about squash.
I think squash is okay.
Butternut squash?
Yes.
You could have a baked butternut squash with butter on it.
Yeah.
And you can, I'm getting hungry. And you can have tons of vegetables. You can make a stir fry of vegetables. So there, just
no Brussels sprouts, no asparagus,
no avocado,
no carrots, and no avocado,
and no corn.
No corn.
No avocado? I thought you said avocado was okay.
No. Not unless you only have Morgellons. But as I said, you can complete the questionnaire and I can evaluate it, but pretty much everybody's been 95% both Morgellons and Columbella. So avocado is out.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I only had I'm sorry, what?
Can I get a coach?
Yeah, you can. And when the show isn't recorded, we give our coaches information, and then you can call and set up an appointment for free coaching.
Okay. I can't write right now.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're here to support you in every way we can. Anyone else like to ask a question or share?
Yes. Can you hear me? This is Desiree?
Yes. Before you do, it would be, if anybody would like to participate and offer their time, we would love to have somebody actually read the book into an audio file so that people who have trouble seeing can actually hear it. So if anyone has time and would like to volunteer, that would be tremendously valuable. But the problem is you'd have to read it in every year because it changes every year. And they would get addicted to your voice and wouldn't want to listen to anybody else. So, yes, okay, sorry to interrupt you.
Desiree?
Oh, yes. I wanted to say that I followed your diet, and I thought I was cured. I felt so good. All my lesions had healed up. I just started eating lettuces. Just last night, I looked at your email, and what a wonderful thing, glutathione. I did some research. These are the things usually we don't like to eat as children or even youngsters, and then we get old. And I'm learning that I might just be vegetarian for the rest of my life. And I've mixed vinegars. What's working for me is I'm using like vinegar by Bragg's, and I'm using the peppermint and cloves, like you said, and different things. I'm eating garlic internally 3 times a day, just taking a piece and cutting it in half and swallowing it. And eating very less. If I eat sugar, they freak out. I freak out. I mean, I'm trying to cope with the stress of it right now. I get angry and then I get shaky because I'm hungry because I can't eat anything except what I have to eat. This is very serious, getting your life back. I mean, I was covered in lesions and now they're all healing, and I've put vitamin E. I'm doing more research, and I'm going to get the money up more, buy the book. But keeping your body, like he said, aggressive, cleaning, and drink lemon in your water. Where there's no alkaline, cancer and things can't live. So, or anything, that matter. So if you keep clean water, and I drink lemons and limes in my water. I even thought I could get away with drinking diet soda, and it gives me headaches. I bought the wrong soda.
There is no diet soda that is the right soda.
Well, there is one that is called Zevia, and
with stevia.
Zevia. It's made with stevia.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even have any artificial coloring in it. It's just clear. And I've tried their cola and their root beer with no ill effects. But the only thing is that it does say natural flavors, and I actually contacted the company. I said, can you tell me what these natural flavors are? And they said, no, it's a trade secret. So you'd have to try it and test it, which is what I did. And for me, so if I really crave a carbonated beverage, I will have a glass of Zevia, but I'll cut it, even that, with seltzer, unflavored seltzer, and no ill effect, and they're Zevia is pretty healthy, and there's a lot of just grocery stores that actually sell it. But stay away from diet
sodas. Bad news.
It's the worst. It's the worst. Yes, thank you very much.
I have another
You're welcome,
question but your diet is
thank you for that testament. The diet does work. It's important that you work the diet. That's the key. In fact, yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I have a question from Daniel from Maryland, and he is going to go on the diet. He's new. He doesn't have any itching, biting, or crawling. He just has fibers coming out of his skin. And I think he should still start with stage 1, but he wants to know how long to stay on stage 1. Should he stay till he doesn't see any more fibers, or what would you recommend about that?
Well, that's interesting because generally with Morgellons, there is a lot of itching, some people to the point where it feels like they're sleeping on shards of glass. But, filaments and fibers, I wonder if there's any other discomfort other than the filaments and fibers that he's experiencing.
He did not say, but you know, if you start doing the protocols and taking the baths and the creams after the bath, you may discover that a lot more stuff is coming out of your skin. It may cause some discomfort, but that would be a clue to stay on stage 1 also. Like people think they only have these fibers, but there's more there, you know, and as you get well, it comes back.
Yeah, this is strange because he's like a person with COVID with no symptoms.
Right. An asymptomatic Morgellons sufferer.
It's amazing that he would even look into the source of this without the symptoms that drive you nuts that send you to the internet.
So, and the other thing you could do is you could stay on stage 1 for at least 2 weeks and add 1 food at a time. Keep a food diary. If the fibers get worse, you're not ready for stage 2.
The key here and the challenge is to figure out the environment. If he is being recontaminated in any way from the environment. And generally the only way you know that is from the itching and biting after you've been in an infested environment. It's kind of hard to judge the growth of the filaments or the incidence of the filaments from having sat on a chair for days, you know, whereas if the symptoms are itching and biting, you know within maybe minutes.
Right, but sometimes you can see the filaments cause like this dust in the air and on surfaces. And,
well, it may be a challenge. I don't have a pat answer. It's very, very rare. As I've often said, Morgellons is a disease of infinite variations. Some people have very little of anything except here we have a situation here with only filaments and fibers. Others have organisms. We just had a lady talking about all the lesions that were associated. So it's very rare that we have someone with only filaments and fibers.
Right, right.
Thank you.